Hey guys, before we get into the new story time, I just want to make sure I let everybody know to go to the top link in the description and click over there because it's a link to my new channel. I'm not leaving this one, but I now have two channels where I'm doing anime reviews in the style that I do convention reviews. So go over there, check that out, be sure to subscribe. Just wanted to make sure everybody knew about it, but without further ado, let's get to the stories. Okay, so on the first day of A-Con 26, I went as my favorite Naruto character, Rock Lee. For all those who watch Naruto, you should know that he wears a spandex green bodysuit, but I didn't feel comfortable wearing something like that. So I improvised and instead bought a tuning jacket, green tights, and a matching green shirt, along with other Lee essentials. Now, I wasn't very popular at the con. My sister, who was dressed as female Vegeta, was much more popular. But I was dressed as my favorite character, so I didn't care. It's a convention. You're supposed to have fun. That was until the Naruto meetup. I really wanted to go to this meetup because I'd never been to a meetup before. If you don't know what meetups are, they're photo gatherings for different fandom cosplays. So I went to it alone while my friends went to a panel. Probably my biggest mistake, since I'm the type of person who's not very confident unless I have a friend with me. Flash forward to the meetup, and I was having lots of fun with a small amount of cosplayers there. That was until the Peter Pan cosplayer showed up. Now this guy wasn't friends with anyone in the meetup. He just kinda showed up to photobomb pictures. But when he got bored of that, he started talking to cosplayers. He then came up to me, and was nice at first until he called me Mike Guy, who's the teacher of Rock Lee, so I politely corrected him. He then gave me a sneer and said in a really snotty tone, "Well, you should have lost the jacket." What the heck was that supposed to mean? So I nicely tried to explain that I didn't feel comfortable wearing a spandex bodysuit, but before I could finish, a few other cosplayers that I was talking to before, and whose names I'm not going to say for their personal privacy, joined the conversation. They began to agree with the Peter Pan, and then proceeded to say that my cosplay looked like I had just bought it at a thrift store today. I was really close to just punching all three of them, but instead, I just politely excused myself. I stayed a little longer, but I always ended up having the three of them talking about me in earshot to other Naruto cosplayers. So I ended up leaving the meetup early, and ever since, I've never cosplayed Lee again. Moral of the story? Don't barrage a cosplayer with insults just because they did something different or since they weren't up to your standards. This was my first time I ever dealt with such crappy people at a con, and it honestly broke my heart, because a good majority of us are there to just have fun, and yet here's these guys ruining that good time with their crap attitude. I'm sure many other cosplayers know how I feel. I was at my second con ever, MCM London 2014, and I had spent months making my own costume and a Twilight Princess Link costume for my sister, Master Sword and all. We had a really great weekend, but towards the end of the day on Sunday, we were walking along the side of the Excel Convention Center when a little boy, and presumably his dad, approached us. The little boy was excited over seeing someone dressed as Link. He asked if he can play with the sword, and my sister says yes, not wanting to turn down a kid that couldn't have been more than 6 or 7 years old. He swings the sword around and I'm getting a bit nervous because it wasn't the strongest prop ever, made out of foam board and paper mache, but still, I had put a lot of effort and time into it, and this kid was being pretty rough. Inevitably, he snaps the sword in two. I'm a little shocked, but still composed. I couldn't really be annoyed at a child who didn't really know what he was doing, but what came next really ticked me off. His dad, who was just sitting there the whole time, says absolutely nothing. No apology, no acknowledgement that his kid just broke a prop that I had spent a lot of money and time on. By this point, I'm getting visibly annoyed. I even turned to my friend and said, well within the guy's earshot, I'm trying hard to not get angry at a child, but that kid just snapped my sword. But he just sits there, saying nothing, and my sister tries to recover the broken sword. Finally, as we're turning to walk away, my friend wanted to get a photo of me and her by a particularly cool background, and out of the corner of my eye, I see the dad finally acknowledge us as he takes out his camera and takes a photo of me and my friend, her being 13 and me 15 at the time, completely without our permission. This is a really short story and not all that eventful, but it was pretty weird and funny, so I thought I'd share it anyway. Me and my sister were cosplaying Kirito and Shinon from the second series of Sword Art Online at MCM Birmingham a few weeks ago. And Shinon has these little clips in her hair that at one point in the day went a bit wonky. I handed my sister the light up photon sword I had made so I had both hands free to fix her hair. And at just that moment, this middle-aged woman walks right up to us, no more than a meter away, with a big DSLR camera and takes a photo, flash and all. I'm a bit confused, so I turn to the woman like, hi? To which she just replies, fantastic! And walks away. I have no clue why someone would want a picture of me fixing another cosplayer's hair as opposed to a posed in-character shot, but nevertheless, it exists somewhere on some random woman's memory card. Hey guys, thanks for watching this story time. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe as it does help a lot. I linked annotations to older story times if you want to check those out. If you want your story to be featured on Convention Storytime, read the description for all the details on how to do that. Don't forget to support me on Patreon to get videos early, get access to private videos like my unedited vlogs, my personal story times, and private Q&As with the whole crew, as well as much more. There's also an annotation for the Convention Reviews merch shop, where you can get shirts, hoodies, phone cases, and more. Don't forget to stay positive and always follow your dreams. See you in the next video.